Hi, I'm Randy Wooden, and welcome to another in our Edge Library series, this time talking about mid-career folks and dealing with that salary history question. What did you used to make? That sort of stuff. So let's cover that. First of all, the question is trying to get at the same sort of information that they would if they ask you, what are you expecting to make, or what are your requirements, or what are you looking for? Either way, they're trying to see, do you fit inside this box? The salary range box. So it's not in your interest to give them a specific number about what you used to make, especially if in your last position, maybe you took a temporary job or you did something sort of between what I'd call real jobs. If so, that's your easy out, but they won't buy that. That's not going to satisfy them if you say, well, our company closed and needed to find something, so I got some temporary work for the last 4 months. But it's entirely out of his field, and that whole thing. They'll say, I understand that. What did you make in that last place where you worked permanently full-time? And so it's not in your interest to name a specific number, but what I would encourage you to do, just like we talked about in the what are you looking for question, money-wise, this also is that stoplight structure in terms of an answer. So green light is sort of hear the question, dodge it, change the subject. Yellow light is to hear it, somewhat dodge it, and then maybe turn and ask them what did they have in mind, and the red light would be to stop and deal with it. So let's cover that. You're in mid-career, you've earned some money, you may or may not be interviewing for a job that pays more than you've made. It might even be a slight step back. Who knows? Maybe your industry has been decimated and it's time to make some changes. In any event, when the green light comes up, they first ask you that question. The answer probably ought to be that you were paid fairly given the scope of the duties, given the industry and your experience, and that certainly we'll look forward to working something out if we are a good fit for each other, that sort of thing. And then change the subject. Find something else to ask them based on things maybe they had talked about during the interview or questions you came prepared with. Now, you're at the yellow light. You're at mid-career, yellow light. They bring it up again. You want to tell them that you're paid fairly, but that also this is a different position, different company, perhaps even a different industry altogether, and that you realize that you will need to be flexible if you're looking to make some changes. And this perhaps is one of those cases. I was curious, though, what sort of range did you have in mind? And let them talk. They might tell you what they're going to pay. Now, the red light, that's the end game here. They say, no, just tell me what you made. We need to know. I'd encourage you to give them a range based on your average income over the last couple of years, because in many cases it has fluctuated depending on how the economy has gone, especially if you're paid based on not just salary but on company bonus based on profitability. Let's face it, that's sometimes a scary sight. Also, perhaps you're paid commission. So again, there's not a set in stone what you used to make, so your answer could be that I was paid fairly for what I did. In the last couple, 3 years, my income has ranged from the blank to blank range. Now, you can phrase that in mid, low, high, upper, just like we did with the other question. By that, you could say it's ranged from the mid-60s to middle 70s, or mid-60s to mid-80s, or whatever that range happens to be. The key here is to give them something to make the question go away. That's what your goal should be. Satisfy the question without getting yourself screened out. The goal here should be to push the ball forward and talk dollars and cents at the end of the interview. Right now, it's not really in your interest to talk money because they haven't decided whether or not to hire you yet. So don't blow the interview by being too evasive, but also don't give away the store early on and then either leave money on the table or get screened out needlessly. So hopefully that helps a little bit. We've been talking to mid-career folks and dealing with that salary history question. It does come up from time to time, and you need to be able to deal with it. I'm Randy Wooden. Thanks for watching.